Hey there, you want to speak like a true professional at work? Then this video is for you. Today I'm giving you essential business English vocabulary. 60 powerful words and phrases for emails and meetings, and smart idioms that can instantly elevate your communication. Now, whether you're negotiating a deal, you're expressing your opinion, or you're simply connecting with colleagues, this advanced vocabulary will help you sound confident, polished, and like a leader. So let's get going. So let's get the ball rolling with phrase number 1, which is get the ball rolling. Get the ball rolling means to make a start, to set an activity in motion. Let's get the ball rolling on this project immediately.
I just need to get the ball rolling, as it were.
At number 2, we have hit the ground running. To start something quickly and effectively. Now, get the ball rolling meant making a gradual start, whereas hit the ground running implies starting quickly and with full momentum. Our new hires are expected to hit the ground running.
Tomorrow, you hit the ground running.
Next is double down. Double down means to increase one's commitment to a strategy or a course of action. You're reinforcing your focus or your investment in something that you believe will succeed. Despite the challenges, we've decided to double down on our customer-centric approach because we believe it's the key to long-term growth.
I'm gonna double down.
Number 4 is often used in formal meetings. Table it. Now, this is used to postpone a discussion or a decision until a later time. We're short on time today, so let's table this topic for our next meeting.
You can table it and offer it up another time.
Up in the air, uncertain or undecided. It's like the ball is still in the air, but we're not sure where it's going to land. The decision is still up in the air. We're waiting for the final approval.
Things are a little bit up in the air.
And before we move on to word number 6, it is shout out time. And this week's shout out goes to Kanti Ravan's student for leaving this motivating and amazing message. So if you want a shout out, send me a message below and don't forget the hashtag ChetChatters. At number 6 is circle back, which means return to the point or the topic later. Take a full circle and come back. We'll circle back to this issue after we've finished the agenda.
Okay, we're just going to circle back to when he's moving out.
Next up is leverage. When you open a tin, you use a lever to open it. You use your own resources. You apply less force to get a greater result. Similarly, leverage in business means to use your resources or strengths to achieve a result. We can leverage our existing client relationships to enter new markets.
Trying to leverage your salary in this economic environment is near impossible.
At number 8 is cut to the chase, to get to the point. Cut to the chase. What is it that you want us to do?
Okay, cut to the chase. You know what?
Ballpark figure. An approximate number or a rough estimate or a guess of a number that is close to the correct amount. Can you give me a ballpark figure for the project cost?
Give me a ballpark figure. How much?
Next is game changer. Something that significantly affects the outcome. If something is a game changer, it has a big and important effect on something. This new technology is a game changer for our industry.
We need a real game changer for our portfolio that'll take us to the next level.
A nice one coming up, low-hanging fruit. Tasks or opportunities that are easy to achieve. The obvious or easy things that can be most readily done to make progress. Let's tackle the low-hanging fruit before we move on to more complex issues.
That is some low-hanging fruit.
At number 12 is paradigm shift, a major change in how people think. To get things done in a way that completely replaces a strong approach that was adopted earlier. Example, the shift to remote work represents a major paradigm shift for many companies.
Yes, but our society has undergone a paradigm shift.
Move the needle to make a significant impact or change, typically in a positive way. We need to focus on projects that will really move the needle in terms of revenue growth.
One free case is not going to move the needle, no matter how worthy it is.
At number 14 is get your foot in the door. To make the first step towards a goal by gaining entry into an organization or a career, etc. He took a job as a secretary to get his foot in the door.
A lot of young people are taking unpaid positions to get a foot in the door. That's something.
Next is a phrase you might hear in meetings. Take it offline. To continue a discussion or resolve an issue outside the current meeting, usually in a more appropriate setting. For example, this seems like a side issue. Let's take it offline and discuss it after the meeting.
I'll have to take it offline for a minute.
At number 16 is the ball is in your court. It's your decision or responsibility to take action. I've outlined my proposal and now the ball is in your court. Next is step up to the plate. To take responsibility for something. I'm always willing to step up to the plate when the team needs support. Bite off more than you can chew. To take on more responsibilities than you can manage. Imagine taking a big bite and then struggling to chew it. You feel like you're choking. The same way in business, when you say taking on more than you can chew, it means that you've taken on more tasks than you can deal with. I've learned to prioritize tasks to ensure that we don't bite off more than we can chew.
And I know from bitter experience that if you bite off more than you can chew, you'll feckin' choke.
At 19, we have run it up the flagpole. To present an idea or proposal to see how it is received before fully committing to it. Let's run this idea up the flagpole and see if there is any interest from senior management. Here's another one that you're going to hear in conference rooms. Buy-in, which means an agreement or commitment from stakeholders or team members to support a decision or strategy. For example, it's important to get a buy-in from the leadership team before implementing the new strategy. Next is move the goalposts. To change the criteria or targets once they've been set, and this often makes it harder to achieve the original objective. Example, they keep moving the goalposts, which makes it difficult for us to meet expectations.
You can't move the goalpost.
At 22 is streamline. Just like you make a simple pointed shape to help it cut through all obstacles, in business, streamlining a process would mean to simplify a process, to make it more efficient. Example, we aim to streamline our workflow by automating repetitive tasks.
Okay, so the first thing we need to do is streamline the project a little.
Next one is quick win. An action or achievement that is easy to accomplish and brings immediate positive results. Example, let's focus on a few quick wins to build momentum before tackling larger challenges.
We get to him. It's a quick win.
Kick-off meeting. This is the initial meeting that you have to start a new project. The kick-off meeting for the new project is scheduled for Monday. At 25, we have boil the ocean, to take on an overly ambitious or impossible task that tries to do too much at once. We can't boil the ocean with this project. Let's focus on achievable goals first. Go the extra mile, to put in extra effort, to make that effort more than what is expected of you. Our team is willing to go the extra mile to meet the deadline.
We're looking for like a self-starter, someone who can meet deadlines and just pretty much just go the extra mile, I guess.
Double click. Double click is often used metaphorically to mean diving deeper into a specific topic, detail, or an area of interest. Let's double click on the customer feedback data to understand what's really driving satisfaction levels.
Give me the double click on longevity.
At number 28 is on the same page. Imagine two people are reading the exact same page of the same book at the same time. They would probably be thinking in a similar fashion. They would have the same amount of knowledge and the same kind of understanding about the situation as the other person. This is what on the same page means. Before we make any decisions today, I'd like to make sure that everyone is on the same page.
First things first, we need to have a contract so we're on the same page about the rules.
Next one, raise the bar to set a higher standard. It's like a pole vault or a high jump match where the referee raises the bar. Now, each contestant has to achieve a higher level to stay in the game. Example, we need to raise the bar if we want to stay ahead of the competition.
But don't you think it's time to raise the bar a little? Huh?
In the loop. Now, being informed and updated inside the loop. Please keep me in the loop regarding the progress of this task.
No problem. It'd be great to have you in the loop.
At 31 is cutting edge, advanced and innovative. We're using cutting edge technology to improve our services.
Well, you'd be working on the cutting edge.
How about this one? Win-win situation. A scenario where all parties benefit. The partnership is a win-win situation for both companies.
It's a win-win situation. The consumer gets what they want, the content provider get what they want, and we make 10% by handling the transaction.
Back to the drawing board, which means to start over from the beginning after a failed attempt. If the initial plan fails, we'll go back to the drawing board. Next is the bottom line, the most important aspect or conclusion. The bottom line is that we need to meet our targets.
Bottom line is there's no way into that terminal unless your profile is pre-installed in the security system.
At 35 is in the driver's seat, which means being in control. I like to be in the driver's seat when managing complex projects. How about bite the bullet to make a difficult decision? It's time to bite the bullet and move forward with the plan.
I'm afraid we'll just have to bite the bullet on this thing, Clive. And very troubling.
Growth mindset, an attitude focused on learning and improving. Some people have a you versus me attitude. A growth mindset, on the other hand, is when you realize that the right actions will help the company grow and everyone will benefit. We encourage growth mindset in all team members. Next one is gain traction, which means to make progress or to gain momentum, especially when an initiative starts to achieve success or recognition. Example, our new product is starting to gain traction in the market. At 39 is wear many hats, which means to have many different jobs or responsibilities. I wear many hats, from project management to team leadership.
I wear many hats, but the one I'm wearing currently is that of gracious host.
Pain point, a specific problem or need that requires attention. That particular point from where the pain originates. In the context of business, pain refers to trouble. Example, understanding customer pain points is the key to creating effective solutions. Next is in a nutshell, which means to summarize something in a few words, in a small nutshell. In a nutshell, my role here is to enhance our digital marketing efforts.
So in a nutshell, you're following me down here to settle a score?
Blue sky thinking, which is creative, unconstrained brainstorming that focuses on generating new and innovative ideas without any limitations. It's like the sky's the limit. We're looking for some blue sky thinking on how to disrupt the industry. At 43 is ahead of the curve, to be more advanced or modern than others. We're continually looking for ways to stay ahead of the curve and provide added value to our customers.
For once, we're way ahead of the curve.
Level playing field, a situation in which everyone has the same opportunities. They're at the same level. My aim is to create a level playing field where all team members can contribute equally.
Now we have a level playing field.
A nice one coming up, align, to fall in line. To be aligned with something means that your goals, ideas and suggestions are similar to, maybe parallel to and in line with the agreement of the overall goals and responsibilities. Example, Let's align on a shared vision and move forward with clarity. Next is up to speed, which means to be well informed or up to date, to have all the latest information. She spent the next 5 minutes bringing them up to speed.
There's a lot we'll have to bring you up to speed on if you're in.
At 47 is expedite, to speed up a process. Could you please expedite the approval for this project?
I'll expedite the process so she can be laid to rest as soon as possible.
Benchmark, a standard or level against which others may be measured or judged. Let's benchmark our performance against industry leaders. Behind the scenes, you're all used to BTS, but behind the scenes means working secretly or privately. I often work behind the scenes to ensure everything runs smoothly.
The behind-the-scenes details in your book were amazing.
At number 50 is a learning curve. This is the rate of a person's progress in gaining experience or new skills, in learning. I'm excited about the learning curve that this new role will offer.
It's all part of the learning curve.
Buckle down. To start working seriously. I'm ready to buckle down and tackle our upcoming challenges.
You had some brilliant insights in here, but if we're going to make this work, you need to buckle down and focus.
Get down to business. To start working on something seriously. Let's get down to business and finalize our project plan.
Anyway, let's get down to business, Michael.
Bandwidth. You know about the bandwidth of the fiber optic cable, which is the maximum amount of data that can be transmitted over an internet connection in a given amount of time. Now, in a workplace, bandwidth means the capacity to deal with something. Example, I don't have the bandwidth to take on another project right now.
Because I don't have a lot of excess emotional bandwidth right now.
This one you would have surely heard. Win-win situation. A situation where all parties benefit. Example, our proposed partnership is a win-win situation for both companies. At 55 is core competency, the primary strength or skill of a company. Our core competency lies in innovative product design. Pivot. In basketball, we keep one foot stationary and the other foot moves about. That is a pivot. In business, it means to change a strategy, maybe change an approach, while keeping the same goals and visions. We might need to pivot our strategy based on the latest data, across the board, applying to everyone or everything in a group or organization. The company is implementing salary increases across the board.
We're making some significant cuts across the board.
Synergy. It's like syncing everyone's energy together. It's like 1 + 1 makes 3. Example, the merger will create new synergies in our operations.
What this is about is two companies that have synergy utilizing their respective resources.
Touch base, which means to make contact or reconnect. Let's touch base next week to discuss the project.
Guess I wanted to touch base.
And the last one of our deliverables today is deliverables. Why do we take up a project? For certain outcomes. The quantifiable goods or services that are to be delivered by the project are its deliverables. The deliverables for this phase include a detailed report and a presentation.
Yeah. Can you give me some defined deliverables on that?
Okay, so that's the end of our extensive business vocabulary, 60 words, phrases and idioms that you're going to find super useful in your work situation. If you like this, share it with your friends, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and see you next week. Happy learning!